Welcome back. So today I want to talk about this article that I have stumbled across on Facebook, of course, where I find like everything. And I want to talk about this because I was not very happy when I was reading it. This article came from the animal rescue site blog. So, I mean, I feel like this is probably a pretty reasonably trustworthy site. So I will, of course, leave the article down below in the description for you guys to go read it yourself if you want to. And yeah, so today we're just going to discuss and give my 2 cents in. So this article is titled, This Landmark Has a Dark and Deadly Secret. And this article is about the Grand Canyon and a Native American tribe on the Grand Canyon or near the Grand Canyon or whatever, and it's called, this is the Havasupai tribe, I believe. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And this article talks about the Havasu Falls, which is cascading waterfalls on this reservation. So the trail to get to these falls, which I'm assuming this tribe, takes people down to the falls and into the canyon, and it's about an 8-mile long trail with a 2,000-foot descent. So that's how far they're going down. And you can see in these videos or in the pictures, these horses are very skinny. There's a video on here of the horse literally like rapidly breathing. He has 2 saddle blankets on. And in this picture, you can obviously see that this horse is a stud, which I'm going to guess they probably leave on purpose and cautiously. For one, they're not going to spend the money to get their horses gelded. And 2, in this article, they state how collapsed horses are left on the trail to be eaten by coyotes and die. So if their horses are dying on the trails, they are probably needing to replenish their horses. So they probably are consciously not gelding them so that the horses that die are going to be replaced. Now, if a horse like this is pregnant, it's not even guaranteed that a horse like this is going to make it through a pregnancy. When an animal is pregnant, just like when a human is pregnant, that's that much more weight that she's carrying in her stomach. That's that much more she needs to eat if she's eating for 2. And that's that much more energy that she's expelling on a daily basis by carrying that extra weight and that extra heartbeat and that extra blood flow every single day. And if these horses are already in horrible condition, your mare might not even make it through pregnancy. And your foal is going to come out very unhealthy and malnourished as well. If the mares can't eat for themselves, then how are they going to eat and provide for a baby? You know what I mean? And not to mention that they're not provided water. Let me just read a little bit of this article. For 60 years, Havasupai horses have been neglected and abused. Tourists are appalled and guilt-stricken when they see the state of the horses and mules are in. People have documented abuse and neglect and shared on social media to increase awareness. Photos and testimonies are heartbreaking, detailing how the horses are brutally beaten when collapsing from being overworked on the trail. Water and food are not adequately provided, and horses are underweight and in poor health. Horses that can no longer work are left to die on the trail and be eaten by coyotes. And this is a video that a tourist submitted. You can see the horse rapidly breathing, like I said, without being provided any water. Horses in distress are whipped to continue on days where it's over 100 degrees. The horses do not receive water or food when they reach the top of the ridge. When saddles are removed, wounds and sores are revealed along the bones and ribs. So they're probably not paying any attention of how the saddle fits the horse, I'm going to guess. Why would they? They clearly don't care about the state that the animals are in, so why would they care about the comfort that the animals are in? And my question is just like, overall, how is this continuing to happen with no reports and nobody turning these people in? Because this is in America, and America has animal cruelty and abuse laws. So it doesn't matter to me that this is a Native American tribe. They're still Americans and we still have laws, and they are doing massive abuse to animals. So I don't know why that would matter. But yeah, my question is that how is this getting passed over? Because they are probably making some sort of income off of this and some sort of money off of this. If tourists are being here and the horses are getting used, I'm assuming to take the people down to the waterfalls and into the canyons. Otherwise they wouldn't do it, if they're not making some sort of income on this. So how are they running a business or running some sort of operation here with these animals and it's still getting overlooked, is my question. And this is kind of a prime example of people who are not educated about horses and don't have knowledge and the compassion to take care of animals and don't deserve to have animals that shouldn't have them. Like, all of these animals from the first report should have gotten confiscated. I don't care if you're a tribe and they're your horses and whatever. You are literally abusing them and starving them to death, especially if you're working them every day for an 8-mile trail ride going 2,000 feet down a hill. When they're stick thin, they're probably 600 pounds underweight. Their bones are showing. They have no food and water. Like, you don't deserve to have animals. Why is this being overlooked and why is nobody doing something about this? Especially when there's apparently tourists going here. Why is nobody reporting the state of the animals? How horses are brutally beaten when collapsing from being overworked on a trail. So if you're beating your horses for falling down because they can't walk any farther, but you're not providing them any food or water. Like, that's just clear abuse and neglect that is purposely being done. Because any human who has somewhat of any brain cells would know that when you're so tired you can't walk any farther, you can't go on or do any more labor, you need something in your body to replace that energy. You don't have any more energy left. So they're purposely not giving these animals food and water because of whatever reason. I don't know, do they not have any? Can they not supply it? Because if they can't, they don't need to have these animals. Why aren't these animals being confiscated? Not to mention that they're left on the trail to die and be eaten by coyotes. Neglect and abuse. Most likely horses that are so tired that they fall over and die and can't move or they probably don't die, honestly. They probably collapse, and I wouldn't doubt that they get eaten alive by coyotes if they can't defend themselves and can't go anywhere. Horses in distress are whipped to continue. There's another issue. On days where it's over 100 degrees, I don't really, I'm not a huge believer in, like, you can't ride a horse if it's 100 degrees, but if your horse is in this condition and it's over 100 degrees and you're going for an 8-mile trail ride, I wouldn't even ride my horses for an 8-mile trail ride if it's 100 degrees. An 8-mile trail ride is for a day like it's 60 degrees or cool and really nice. Like, 8 miles, that would take hours, okay? I'm gonna guess that these horses have never seen a vet ever because, well, they couldn't have seen a vet because a vet would not let this type of condition pass. So they probably have open wounds and sores from their saddles and probably from being whipped and falling down. That's going unnoticed and untreated. So I just wanted to get this out there because I don't think that this is in any way, shape, or form should be looked over, especially if they are making any sort of income or business off of this, and if tourists are being allowed to come here, something should be done about this, and this isn't something that should be passed up, of course. Animals in this condition, in my opinion, should not be exposed to the public, because especially with people that are so uneducated, exposing animals like this to the public as if it's fine and it's okay, that gives those uneducated people a perspective of how animals really need to be taken care of and how they should how it's okay for them to look. And if this is the type of thing that they're seeing and it being made off as it's okay and that these horses are fine and we're making money off of them, that's not okay. Like, no public should be seeing horses like this. Ugh. Another reason why we have so many neglect cases in America, because people think that this type of condition and this type of care is alright, and it's not alright. Okay, and later in the article it says that the Bureau of Indian Affairs needs to create and fund a mandatory free assistance program that ensures the Havasupai horses and mules are properly cared for without abuse. This program will set guidelines and rules for owning and managing mules and horses. The guidelines will include days off to rest for the animals, proper shelter from the sun and weather, enough food and water to maintain healthy weight, vet care when needed, animals retired to sanctuaries when they can no longer work, in ethical work conditions. They will enforce these laws and must clear horses or mules before they can be worked. Anyone who is found abusing or neglecting a horse or mule after receiving education must be prosecuted. Okay, that's where I have a problem with this, because they're saying that why don't we just create a free program and fund this program so that these people who don't give a shit about their animals can have free care for their animals. That's where I have a problem with this. Okay, these horses need to be confiscated from these people altogether, because if they are seeing these wounds, these people know that these horses are not in good condition. They see the wounds on their backs from the saddles and from the carriers and whatever. They see the horses falling down on the trail. They see their bones. They see their rapid breathing. They don't care. Okay, if these animals are making them money, they don't give a shit. Okay, the animals are doing it. If these animals are being left on the trail to die when they collapse, these people do not give a shit about their horses. I don't want my tax money going towards a free program to give a handout to these people who don't give a shit about their animals. I want my tax money going to a rescue and going to an agency that will confiscate these animals, put them in a rescue, put them in homes, get them training, and give them a fair life, and give them a chance at real life where they can receive the life that they deserve. Why should I have to give my money to an agency or to a program to give these people a free handout at care for their animals when they don't give a shit about their animals? I don't want to support people owning animals who don't care about their animals. I don't want to support conditions like this and abuse and neglect because people could care less, and because that they're only using these horses because they make them money and they're taking advantage of them. Why should we give a free handout to those people and not do what's best for the horses and get them out of these situations altogether and not allow these people to own horses? That's my problem. So I guess if you want to go sign, there is a petition on there you can sign to demand the government to put this program in place. If you want to go sign it, that's totally up to you. But that's just my opinion on the matter, and I thought it should be put out there. So I think the horses should get confiscated altogether, because I'm not just going to give my money to give a shit less about their horses. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you want to see down below. And check out the links in the description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.